Today, we're talking about Berserk. Ho, episodes 1 through 6. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. Happy Hump Day. Oh boy. Oh, you like coffee too? Oh, check out the description down below for links to Blackout coffee and a promo code to save you some money. Anywho, I don't know what has taken me so long to watch this story time. All right, for Christmas, my dear friend Bushido Blues sent me Berserk. This is the first season. It aired from 1997 to 98, 25 episodes, and I've had it sitting there by the Blu-ray player, just waiting, and I just hadn't gotten around to watching it. Last night, I was like, you know what? It's time to give it a chance and give it a watch and see what there is about it. And I ended up watching 6 episodes. So we're going to talk about those 6 episodes today. Let's get into it right now. Berserk, TV series, 97 and 98, TV mature, for sure. 23 minutes per episode. Guts, that's right, his name is Guts. And I'm deaf as a post, and I kept thinking they were calling him Gus, but it's Guts. A wandering mercenary joins the band of the Hawk after being defeated in a duel by Griffith, the group's leader and founder. Together they dominate every battle, but something menacing lurks in the shadows. As you can see, it's got an 8.7 out of 10 rating. This is quite a popular and beloved show. So, let me take it out of this and then we'll talk about the episodes. my brain's not working. So, here's the deal. This show's a bit odd, right? Not in a bad way, in a good way. But you don't really know what's going on from the beginning, right? So the first episode is called Kuroi Kinshi. But sorry, I know I wish I had a list of the English titles. It's called The Black Swordsman. Right? I remember that. The first episode is called The Black Swordsman. I guess the original name is Kuroi Kinshi. I don't know. Anyway, the synopsis here on Internet Movie Database is hilarious. The Black Swordsman is coming. Congratulations. You told us so much. But the fact is, you don't know much more than that. As this episode opens up, you see a guy walking into town. He's got a cloak on. You can't see any details. You just see a big handle of a sword over his shoulder. And you don't really see much detail. He's dressed in black, etc. And as he's walking through town, I mean, the artwork is, it's not like super fantastic to me. But that's because I'm used to seeing the stuff they come out with now, like comic art and anime, manga, and all that is relatively new to me. I knew what it was. I've looked at a little bit of it, but the artwork, this is from the late 90s, and the soundtrack tells you that right off the bat, and the artwork to me looks 90s, right? But it's well done and easy to look at and watch. But anyway, he comes into town, and of course, in the bar, all right, there in the town, which they don't tell you what this town is, whatever, some heavily armored men are harassing a little girl. And so while I'm watching, this little girl screaming, and Nerdy Wife goes, "How come every time you're watching something Asian ish, there's always a woman screaming because she's being assaulted?" And I was like, yeah, facts, but it's because the hero needs to be introduced somehow, and unless something bad is happening, the hero doesn't get it. The introduction to the hero doesn't get to be all exciting. So of course, the man in black comes in and slaughters these guys and takes up for the girl, or protects the girl, and just tells the last remaining one left alive, "Hey, go tell your boss I'm here." That's it. That's what happens. Now I don't remember now because I slept and I've been drinking coffee. I don't remember if it happens in this episode. I think it does. Yeah, it happens in this episode. So once the boss shows up and there's a big battle, he turns into a big monster after he slaughters all the townspeople. The monster, or the boss of this town, after he slaughters all the townspeople, he turns into this big snake-like monster, and then the Black Swordsman kills him. Now, at this point, I'm so confused because I was like, why was there a monster in this? But it is what it is. Um, so at this point, we go back in time into the second episode. We go back in time and see the past and how this character, the Black Swordsman, has gotten to where he is today. So I'm assuming at some point in this season we'll see more about the present time, but we're going to go back in time and see. We see him as a kid and things that happened to him. He ends up with this group called the Band of the Hawk, or Band of the Hawk. It's a mercenary group, a really good mercenary group, and he impresses the leader, and him and the leader fight, and the winner, like, of course, the the mercenary leader, like, handily defeats him, like, skill wise, and so he has to join the mercenaries, right? So after he joins that group, a couple of people don't like him, a couple people do, and you get to see battles they have, and the leader of the mercenaries, Griffin, really takes a liking to him. And I'm not gonna lie, the friendship between the two is a little odd, just in the way it's portrayed in the animation. But it is what it is. I will tell you this: there is some nudity throughout this, male nudity, but like most Asian like animation that I've seen, the groin is just Kendalled, right? Kendalled out. Nothing there, right? And it's also in shadows and whatnot, so at least through 6 episodes, I didn't see anything inappropriate, but there was some nudity, right? Male nudity. Um, by episode 5, there's a time jump of like 3 years, and Guts is now a commander in Griffith's army. Also, Griffith is knighted, which is one of the things he wants. He wants to own property and be like a king, his own king of his land or whatever. But there's something shady about this guy. I don't know. That's my guess. But Guts continues to try to do some things his own way instead of following orders, and it so far it works out. But he's kind of rebellious and rambunctious, if you will. Now, where it got me was episode 6, and that episode's called Nosferatu Zod. they're taking Guts and the team are taking over a castle, and they raid the castle and they successfully raid it. But in the inner sanctum of the castle, Guts and his team go in, or Guts's team goes in, and they're being decimated by one soldier. At least that's what they tell. That's what the soldiers tell Griffith. Well, it turns out it's an immortal like soldier that sometimes battles with this castle people, or these people in this castle. He's an immortal warrior, but once Guts walks in and Guts actually gets a couple hits on him, he turns into this huge demon like thing. And there's this fantastical battle. We're not gonna lie, Guts is pretty much losing. And in comes Griffith. It's a whole thing involving a necklace that Griffith is wearing that has a nose on it and some eyes. Look, I know I don't sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I still don't know necessarily what's going on. So by episode 6, I'm still kind of lost. I'm with the story, mind you. It's not hard to follow. The story makes sense, and easy to follow, but I don't know the history of the show. I've never read the manga or anything, so I'm a little clueless on this, right? But I will tell you this. It was a struggle to turn this off after episode 6 and go to bed at 1:30 in the morning because I was tired, but I wanted to keep watching. So there's that. Now, this show is created by Kentaro Miura. All right, I'm sure I said that wrong, but it is what it is. You guys know me. Once an episode, if not every name I say in the episode is going to be wrong, right? I don't know where this is leading, but I'm 6 episodes into a 25 episode arc. Now, I have heard that it ends on a cliffhanger and they didn't make a second season, so I'm a little concerned. But I do know throughout the years there have been like remakes or editions or something, a bunch of them. So, man, Bushido Blues, if I get to the end of this and I want to watch the rest of the stuff, this is going to cost me a lot of money, man. A lot of money. All right, that's it. The first 6 episodes are good. This is not going to be for everybody. This copy here from Discotech, right, that Bushido sent me, has a dub, like it's subtitled. It's the original, and also they have the dub version on there. And just for time, I was watching the dub version, just for ease of watching. All right, and it was so late, so I'll have to watch some of the episodes in the original and see if I'm missing any context. But there's that. All right, but if this is your jam, if you like really cool stories, so far I'm really happy with this. I'm going to watch the rest of it. But this is awesome. That's my that's my thoughts. All right. For Michael, the microphone, Bob, squeaky chair in the back, and this big fat nerd. We'll see you on Friday.